Keyword research is often misunderstood. It's meant to be helpful, but it's not the end-all be-all here. The purpose of keyword research today is to validate that real people are searching for answers, solutions, guidance, help, education, or entertainment related to a particular topic. Where you come in as the content creator is in deciding what the intent of that search really is. And this begins with analyzing the results of a Google search. If you can accurately decipher how to best meet the needs people have when they type in a particular keyword phrase on a search engine, that is solving a real pain point with your content. Let's use the example of anxiety journaling. Now, let's analyze this Google search engine results page together. What we're looking for here is to see what Google is already ranking near the top of search results and to gather some clues around how we can best meet the needs in the content that we want to create for this. Now, keep in mind, it's important to note that maybe it's not just one blog post or one landing page or one piece of content that's going to serve all of the needs of this search right here. There could be multiple intents going on this exact page, and we're starting to see kind of the signs of that even just in the first couple of results here. One thing to take note of is that this one is journaling prompts. The second result here, journaling prompts for anxiety. Help release stress. And take note of the kinds of terms and phrases that are in these headlines and in these descriptions. We see journaling gets bolded here. Journaling is bolded here as well. Obviously, mentioning journaling a couple of times at least inside your meta description here is going to be a nice thing to do. Journaling for anxiety relief. Okay, so the word relief, stress, release stress, prompts, journaling for anxiety. These are the kinds of things we're seeing here already. And we can see under the people also ask section, this is a little bit of a cheat code that Google gives you as a content creator to show you the other types of things that perhaps get less search volume, but people are still searching for. So oftentimes I'll find really good ideas for content I can create that answers these specific questions. Now, to keep this going a bit, we've got some discussions and forums content here. How can I journal for anxiety and overthinking? That's a how-to focus. I like to see something like that. There's another how-to. Uses and benefits is how this post is sort of framed. We've got another vote here for journaling prompts and another sort of how-to, best way to journal. Emotional wellness. This one's a little bit of an outlier, but it's probably ranking here because it's on a mainstream educational property. Efficacy of journaling in the management of mental illness. Okay, journaling for anxiety. Okay, so I see a lot of content here. I would tend to think that something that's going to perform best here is going to be related to journaling prompts. And specifically, anxiety journaling prompts. That's a really good keyword phrase because it's specific, it's more than one word, it's 3 words, and that's something that'll help narrow the focus, narrow the intent of what someone is searching for, because someone who's searching specifically for anxiety journaling prompts is going to be really highly attuned to exactly what they're looking for. Now, again, as I said, maybe you want to create multiple different types of content and separate pieces that address different approaches to what someone may be trying to solve for this exact keyword phrase. So to help us make some decisions, we're going to come over here to the keyword research tool inside RightBlogger. And again, you can create a free RightBlogger account, take these tools all for a spin. So I'm going to start with anxiety journaling, the search we did over in Google. And I'm going to just hit submit. We've got a bunch of options where you can customize your keyword research based on where you're located and the language that you want it to be in. But here we go. We very quickly see a lot of results here. The second one was kind of my hunch at first, anxiety journal prompts, anxiety journaling prompts. Those have the same amount of monthly search volume because it's virtually the same intent. And I really like this because it's so focused, it's so specific. Now, here under the competition column, we see the competition is high. Not as high as it is for anxiety journaling itself, but still pretty high. Now, what I would probably do if I didn't have a really well-established site that could compete on very competitive terms is keep scrolling down my list here and filter out some of these more medium low competition keyword phrases. We've got anxiety journal prompts PDF. I like that a lot because it's very specific. And it's related to what my initial hunch was of anxiety journaling prompts to start with. So we could probably get a lot of traction with an article that's geared around anxiety journaling prompts, and you're able to download a PDF of the prompts from the article itself. That way, in the headline and the description, we can really title this piece something around, 10, 20, 30 anxiety journaling prompts, in parentheses, downloadable PDF. Something like that. The show's readers, they'll be able to grab the PDF version of this as well. So I really like that one. That's sort of where I jump out first. And that's where I'd follow my intuition to begin creating some content. So let's follow this one down the rabbit hole. Let's say we want to run with anxiety journal prompts. Now, I'm going to hit this tool button because what we want to do is create some content that addresses this need. And the search intent is pretty clear to me for something like anxiety journaling prompts. People who are feeling anxious, they want specific prompts they can ask themselves and then journal against in order to feel better, to feel less anxious, right? So the intent there is pretty clear. And what I'll want to do is I could click generate article, I could click generate post ideas, or I could generate a keyword cluster. And that's where I really want to start. This is a very, very powerful tool inside RightBlogger, which again, you can try with a free account. Now, I'm going to type in here anxiety journaling prompts. And what we're going to get is we're going to get a researched back list of categories and ways that you could approach writing about this topic or making videos about this topic in order to really send the signal to Google that, hey, we are covering this from multiple different angles. So this tool is designed to give you categories and then specific suggestions that are going to be longer tail searches that roll into these categories, like daily anxiety journal prompts. That's a really specific post. So perhaps you could have an entire series on anxiety journaling prompts if this is a focus area that you really want to go in on. And that could be a fantastic focus area if you have a blog, a YouTube channel, a podcast related to how to manage your anxiety. Or if you're a therapist and you're running a blog and you want to get more clients, right? Lots of potential wins here just by publishing great content on this topic. So we see there's honestly a ton of different ways we could approach this, but to me, this is where you can fall into paralysis of analysis. AI tools are fantastic at giving you ideas and inspiration, but remember, clarity always comes through action. Sure, you could approach writing about all of these topics or most of them over time, but if you allow looking at all these to overwhelm you and you never start with just one or two of them, then you're not going to make meaningful progress. So my advice is to use these tools to give you some good ideas and inspiration. And then when you see something that really draws you in, that is when to choose it and actually dive into the deep end with it. Okay, I found one that really jumped out to me personally. Nighttime journaling for anxiety. Calming prompts before sleep. This is a similar sentiment here. So I'm going to choose this as the main topic I want to create some content around. And then we're going to weave in some elements of a couple of these things here because, again, this gets at the similar sentiment. Someone who's feeling anxious before bed and they want to go to sleep. They want their mind to be calm, right? So I can really relate to that. Nighttime journaling for anxiety. Let's just go ahead and copy that for now. And this is where you have a juncture. If you want to create content for a YouTube channel, we have a really good tool, our YouTube video script outline generator. We'll just paste this in. I'll show you this one real quick. You've got a ton of options. You can customize this and personalize it to make it more your own. But for the sake of this example, we're just going to do it really quickly here. And I want to show you how easy it can be to get a really nifty outline for a video. And I'll take this video prompt and essentially work it into some of my own words. And then I have a foundation for something that I can use to create a quick video and then use that video in our video to blog post generator tool. And then boom, I have a video and I have a blog post. But let's say you want to skip the video for now, then I'd go straight to our AI article writer. And we're going to paste that topic in there. Nighttime journaling for anxiety. Let's say nighttime journaling or nighttime anxiety journaling prompts. I think that's the way that a lot of people would search for it. And we weave that prompts keyword phrase back in here because I think Google was trying to tell us that's subtly pretty important for this topic. Now, I'm going to turn on images so that we can get some nice stock images in here throughout the article. I'm going to turn on external links, especially for anything that's talking about anxiety, depression, relief. These are topics that we want to cite authoritative, relevant resources and other websites where people can find help if they need it. And turning this on is a great way to do it. The AI goes out and essentially researches what types of sites and pieces of content we should rank to. Now, under the tone and writing style, I am going to choose a my tone. This is a way that I've customized my voice, my tone, my style using RightBlogger, which you can do up here in your account settings. This is available for RightBlogger Unlimited customers, but it's really powerful. It takes your writing samples and it teaches the AI how to write in your style and in your voice. Now, this is another really important stage in the article writing process. AI is only going to be as good as the instructions you give it. So pop open the article length and point of view and more section. This is all of our advanced options. You can control things like length, point of view. For me, first person. You can start with a blank outline if you'd like to create your own outline. You can even embed a relevant video into the post. For internal links, this is where you'll put your blog's URL. And then for primary keyword phrase, we're just going to grab that one from right up top because that is exactly what we want this article to rank for. And this field will be included in SEO best practices behind the scenes as we write our article. Target audience, let's just go for adults with anxiety. That's who we want to reach. And we're going to assume for the sake of this example that we have some sort of business that supports this blog. So people who come to the site are going to somehow be leads for a potential business where you're helping people deal with their anxiety. Now, additional instructions. This is really, really important. If I were spending real time on this as an article that I wanted to publish and rank well, I would spend at least 5 to 10 minutes on additional instructions for both the outline and for the article. Additional instructions for the articles where you can say a lot of, say, formatting related things, or if you have some simple notes that you want to tell the AI, hey, include this, or don't mention that, or here's a specific prompt or two that I want you to use in this article because it's worked for me over the years. That's where you're going to want to add this kind of stuff. The creativity slider, you can slide this up, down to being very creative, but I'm going to keep this right here in the middle where I like it, what we recommend standard creativity. And add knowledge. Again, the more context you give AI, the better. So if you've written about something related to this topic, maybe how to deal with stress, anxiety, somewhere on your site or in a PDF, a book that you've written, that's where you can hit this add knowledge button and then add some relevant sources or paste it in right here. And then you can even pull from your library of related knowledge if you have stuff already in here. But for the sake of this example, let's go ahead and just generate our outline. And I want to show you how to customize your content from the outline stage. Because again, the more direction and guidance that you give the AI working with your content, the better it's going to be of a first draft when you actually get this content back. So let's see how this is doing. I can see we've got some cool prompts coming in here. We've got a section around creating a routine. Here's 5 specific prompts we can see. Reflections on the day, gratitude lists, future concerns, positive affirmations, visualization exercises. This is all seemingly really good on the surface. And, if I were a therapist or someone really experienced in working with people on these topics, what I'd want to do is click the little pencil icon on some of these sections and swing through here to add more additional instructions. This will make sure this section gets written by AI in a way that incorporates exactly what I want it to include. Because That's what makes AI content look, feel, and sound much more like you. Plus, it'll cut down on the amount of editing time you're going to spend after you've created the content. Here's where you can add an additional outline item if there's something missing, or you can drag and drop things around however you like inside RightBlogger. So for the sake of this example, let's say this is ready to rock and roll. We're going to hit the generate article button, and pretty much immediately, as you can see, it's off to the races. It's already getting started with all of our own customized prompting packaged in behind the scenes that's writing this article in an SEO optimized fashion and incorporating all of the instructions that you've given to the AI in order to write this. And we can see we've got correct header sections here. We've got some relevant stock photos. This is someone journaling in a really nice looking image. And a quick note on our images here. Now, when this is done, you'll have the ability to edit this image. You'll be able to swap in different stock images or slide in something that's AI generated based on your instructions. But we can see here, we've got an external link. This is to a WebMD article on mental health benefits of journaling. I love to see that. Linking out to relevant authoritative websites is a really positive signal to the search engines. You want to include a good amount of external links, and the AI is doing a good job of that. Now, if you had connected your site using a RightBlogger project, or you had included it in the internal links field, you'd be seeing some links to posts on your blog or pages on your site here as well. But as we can see, this is looking pretty good, and we've got some nice formatting elements here. This is a bullet point, and it's italicized so that it's going to show you how to approach this question, this prompt. I really like seeing that that's a specific call out. And this one, we've got multiple affirmations. This is honestly looking pretty good. I like this. Formatting elements, bullet points, bold, and here we go. So we've got a 2,221 word article. We've even got some additional resources, some books that are linked here. If you monetize your blog with the Amazon affiliate program, you could link to these books on Amazon, and when someone clicks through and makes a purchase on Amazon, you'll earn from it. Now, as we keep scrolling here, we get to the conclusion. What we'll want to do is you have the opportunity here to pop over to the editor and actually make real live changes to your article. This is where you can choose different stock images. Just type in what you want to use here. We use all royalty-free images, so no risk of any copyright issues there. Swap some stuff in. If you want to say, delete a section, you can do that. You could also ask AI to say, rewrite this or shorten it or expand it and have a totally different section there. So let's say we want to replace it. Let's just go ahead and hit replace. And we'll pop over here. I'll show you here in the article column. This is going to be the original version of your article. Now, the editor version will save as soon as you make changes. So as you can see, this paragraph that we rewrote is ready to rock and roll here. Now, over in the SEO tab, this is a really fun area because this is going to be where you have your meta title and your meta description, your permalink suggestion, the primary keyword phrase, all just copy and paste for you. Images, this is where you can get some exampled featured images that you could include for your blog post, or you could pop over to Pexels, Unsplash, other royalty-free stock image sites and grab some images that are going to be related to the topic at hand here. Finally, this is the chat tab. This is where you can ask questions against the article you just wrote. You could ask it to create some Facebook post ideas based on the content that you already created over there. Now, again, these questions, maybe not the best. Some of them will be pretty good, but AI thrives on context. So rather than just asking a simple question like create a list of Facebook post ideas based on this content, maybe you want to say something like write an engaging Facebook post that starts with a compelling question related to, do you have anxiety before going to bed? And use what we wrote in the article to fill in the rest of the content. That's going to give you a much more curated, detailed type of post for your social media channels. But here we go. This is pretty much it. Once you're ready with your piece of content, whether you're on the article or the editor option, what you'll want to do is send this to WordPress if you have your WordPress site already connected, or you can simply hit copy. If you use a different blogging platform, this copies all of your content in a very easy copy and paste formatting format so that you can paste this directly over into any content management system, and all the formatting, the headers, the images, the bullet points, the bold, the italicized, it's going to come through perfectly. But if you use WordPress, I highly recommend connecting your WordPress blog to RightBlogger using a project up here. And that's going to allow you to just have a one-click send to WordPress, and then you're ready to finish off all of your editing and hit the ground running. So there we have it. That's how to go from keyword to figuring out what your audience's real pain point is to generating a first draft blog post in just a few minutes that tackles that real pain point. And from there, now is when you get to swing through as the creator, the business owner, the marketer, and really invest some time and effort into making this content yours. Tune up the voice, the style, the tone, and inside RightBlogger, we have some features that really help you do that well. My Tone and projects are going to set you up for success and help you cut down on what that editing time looks like. But still, there's no replacement for you as the creator. You're going to want to add some of your own unique life experiences, examples, tell stories related to the theme here. Using our example, we'd want to talk about some of our own challenges with anxiety and how these prompts have helped you in some way. So again, personalize your content as much as possible, but these tools are really powerful for helping you get more content published faster.